Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have 4 articles in this episode for you that I think you'll enjoy. The first one is off of LibertyWritersNews.com, and it is entitled, "We Are Back, Baby. Donald Trump picked this military legend to be Secretary of the Interior." And here's how it reads. Donald Trump has been loading America's government up with military professionals and generals to show that we are not afraid of anybody. He has just officially added former Navy SEAL Commander Ryan Zinke as the new head of the Department of the Interior. Zinke's biggest military accomplishments were easily his command of SEAL Team 6, the Navy's most elite fighting force, who famously killed Osama bin Laden, as well as his total control over all U.S. special forces in Iraq. However, the military experience is not why Trump picked him. You see, Zinke is also a congressman from Montana who constantly finds himself at odds with the Department of the Interior over land usage in his state. He's a strong supporter of Teddy Roosevelt's policy of keeping all public land owned by the government. He also believes the government needs to do more energy harvesting within the U.S. on those lands. This is just common sense, folks. If we want to beat OPEC on oil while also keeping our country clean and beautiful for our kids, then Ryan Zinke is exactly the man we need in charge. So once again, thank you, Donald Trump, for picking a real winner with huge ideas. You are the man. And there is video in that one if you want to take a look at that. All these URLs, of course, are in the description of my videos, so you can check them out at your leisure for anything you'd like to. The next one is off of WSBTV.com, and it is entitled, "More States Confirm Suspected Cyber Attacks Sourced to the DHS." And this one reads like this. The 2 states reporting suspected cyber attacks were Virginia and Kentucky. "We need somebody to dig down into this story and figure out exactly what happened," said Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp. In the past week, the Georgia Secretary of State's office has continued 10 separate cyber attacks on its network over the past 10 months that were traced back to DHS addresses. "We're being told something that they think they have figured it out, yet nobody's really showed us how this happened," Kemp said. "We need to know." He says the new information from the 2 other states presents even more reason to be concerned. "So now this just raises more questions that haven't been answered about this and continues to raise the alarms and concern that I have," Kemp said. Through an open records request, DeMonte acquired the results of survey Kemp asked the National Association of Secretaries of State to send to its members. West Virginia wrote back, "This IP address did access our election night results on November the 7th, 2016. Kentucky responded the same IP address did touch the Kentucky online voter registration system on one occasion, 11/1/16. In a letter this week, DHS Secretary Jay Johnson told Kemp the department sourced the mid-November activity in Georgia to a federal contractor conducting what he called normal internet searches on the Secretary of State's website. But Kemp says there's a problem with that answer. "We haven't been able to recreate this the way they explained it to us," Kemp said. Kemp also told DeMonte that the DHS has yet to explain at least 9 other suspected network scans linked to DHS IP addresses over the last year on or around the important primary and presidential election dates. Kemp's call for answers is amplified now by the National Association of Secretaries of State, or NASS. "We have one administration leaving town and another coming in, so it does remain to be seen just who will be left holding the bag if we don't get a great explanation on what has occurred very soon," said Kay Stimpson with NASS. Unsatisfied with the response he got from Johnson, Kemp fired off a letter Wednesday to loop in President-elect Donald Trump. He is still awaiting response. "We just need to ask the new administration to take a look at this and make sure that we get the truth the people of Georgia are deserving to know. that and really demanding it, Kemp said. In an email statement, the Kentucky Secretary of State's office told us it believes the IP addresses that sparked all this did not attack its system. West Virginia's Secretary of State did not respond to our request for comment, neither did DHS. And there is video in this if you would like to take a look at that at your leisure. The next one is one that I already reported on, but I wanted to remind you that we still have today, Monday, and Tuesday to vote on the 2016 Oregon Person of the Year Top 25. And I'm encouraging everybody to vote for Bundy, considering that Oregon wanted to keep him in jail without bail for the biggest part of the year. He is on this list, but you can pull this article up and you can vote at the bottom of it. But you can vote once a day, and then they're going to cut it off, and they'll announce on Christmas Eve next Saturday who won. And last time I checked this, Ammond was in second place, so he does stand a pretty good chance of winning. We need everybody to get in there and vote for him. And the final article that I have for you is off of BizPac Review, and it says, still winning. AP survey shows there will be no Electoral College revolt against Donald Trump. Despite the protestations of B-list celebrities and wacky bunker hiding never-Trumpers still fighting a war that's long been over, there will be no Electoral College revolt to somehow disregard the will of voters and swipe the presidency from Donald Trump. An Associated Press survey that polled over 330 of the Electoral College 538 members, far more than any possible surveying margin of error, has found that almost all feel that it is their duty to vote for the actual election winner in their state. So far, Texas elector Christopher Supran seems to stand alone among Republicans in his quixotic bid to stop Trump because he was offended by Trump's attacks on Saturday Night Livecast or something. And now that Supran has been outed as a total fraud, who knows what he'll do. The New York Post reports that even leading Democratic anti-Trump elector Brett Shafalo calls the effort a losing bet. Others are only becoming entrenched in their stance. According to the Post, Republican elector Jim Skaggs, a developer from Bowling Green, Kentucky, who knew Trump's father through the construction business, said that although he worries about the president-elect's personality, he would still vote for him when the Electoral College meets on Monday. I fully intend to vote for Donald Trump, said Skaggs, 78. I think it's a duty. Electors complained that many of the requests they have received to dump Trump were coordinated and automated. We got a stack of letters from idiots, said Edward Robinson, or that should be Edward Robson, R-O-B-S-O-N, age 86, a Republican elector from Phoenix. Thankfully, the AP survey shows these pressures are not only failing to change electors' votes, they are strengthening the resolve to vote for the will of the electorate in their state. Nashville, Tennessee attorney Tom Lawless told the Post, "Hell will freeze, and we will be skating on the lava before I change." He won the state, and I pledged and gave my word that's what I would do, and I won't break it. So there you have the articles in this episode. I may bring you some more before it's over with. I think I have some more stacked up.